My name's Arav,
My name is Giovanni.
and along with Samanu and Ritvik, we created Glassbox.
Glassbox.
So, what is the problem that Glassbox solves? Thousands and thousands of loans are taken every day by humans that are unwilling to get rejected and by unfair means through an unconcrete policy that is in today's world. So, what we created solves this. Instead of the regular automation of agents that is biased and can sometimes discriminate against lesser known people in lesser known areas that have bad reputation or bad demographic factors, Glassbox sets an orchestration of proper agents trained on thousands and thousands of pieces of data from Kaggle and other databases that contain these approval processes as pieces of data, and creates a strict policy that it follows to mimic an accurate approval process that takes place, and in the case of denial, gives you proper evidence on why you got denied and how you can fix it later. So, Giovanni will go in how it works.
Yeah, so first off, we will read your application. And secondly, we have three analysts that assess you. These three analysts assess your application and they are very accurate. And thirdly, we have an adjudicator. Thirdly, we have an adjudicator that drafts a call. Fourth, we have an independent reviewer that checks it. And fifth, and last, a decline comes with a plan.
So now we'll try live example and simulations of this to get a feel of how it works. So here's Maria Alvarez, who was declined unfairly and it got caught, meaning it got vetoed and overturned. So here is the system of agents that we have. So first we have an intake agent that processes the information of this person. So if we see full trace, we can see the exact information that it took. For example, the driver's license, as an ID, annual income, monthly debt, income verified, things like that. And then over here, we click on each agent and see exactly what it does. So here are our reasoning agents. So here it takes in affordability data plus affordability analysis from the intake data, the risk analysis, and the collateral analysis, which then processes with the adjudicator to create a first draft of an approval or denial. So as you can see here, it denied. Then there's a policy verifier which vetoes this if it senses something that is wrong by policy. So if they're unfairly denied by demographic factors or things like that, it changes the policy, or it changes the approval or denial to the opposite, and here we can see it actually approves it. So if you want a technical standpoint of this, we can see exactly what each agent does and how they work together. As you can see, it sends it back. So that's just an example of how this works. And for more pieces of data, you can go here down in agent deliberation and see exactly what it does, and policy verification to show exactly why it got vetoed. Next, we'll talk about the actual application process for a loan that this simulates for the real user that uses this.
Yeah, so let's say I'm a user. My name is Giovanni, and this is Giovanni's check. Let's say I have $52,000, and my annual income is $52,000. My monthly debt is $900. I have 4 years at my job. I'm full time. I document my income. Let's say I don't have collateral, and my zip code is 94582. If I submit this application, you can see that it is actually auditing in real time and looking for anything that it can deny. And right now, it is approved.
So this is the same thing we saw before with this orchestration of the agents, where the adjudicator and the policy verifier work together to draft a response based on the analysis of data on the intake bot and the assessment of the affordability, risk, and collateral to create a final approval. So this is the same trace as before. As you can see, it has different pieces of data, different policy verifications, and different pieces of information. And in the case that it does deny it rightfully, then we can actually appeal and fix this. So if we skip to result, we see that it's declined, right? So if we see how to fix it, we go here, and based on the thousand pieces of data that we see, that we trained the agents on, and the LLM on, it analyzes the approval or denial, and gives a response based on the different factors that it got denied and how we can fix that. So we can say pay down 500 months of monthly obligation and increase documented annual income to 44,000. So when we recheck with this fixed application, you'll be approved, and you will show the mini reasoning over here. So this is important in today's world of fintech and humans in general, because humans don't want to go through the nitty-gritty of the stressful and high impactful decisions in their life and know why they actually got denied. So this is what changes. Glassbox allows a virtual standpoint to look at this approval process and help fight for equality and opportunity in today's world, not only for fintech, but for users around the world.